Well, like so many people, I have a real love affair with Bellingham. My name is Garland Richmond, and I came here originally in 1962 to teach at Western, and I spent only 1 year doing that. So I went to Emory University, and then every summer, every time I had any time off, my family and I came to Bellingham. And we had dear friends who lived in what's known as the Gamble House up on 16th Street. And so we could come to Bellingham and stay there for a couple of weeks. So we did repeatedly, and both of us, my wife and I, always knew we were going to live in Bellingham someday again. So we came back here when we retired, and it was then in 2006 that I realized I had so much affection for Bellingham and appreciated the arts so much that one can enjoy here. So I began to get involved, first with the Friends of the Library, because of course I had taught literature all my working life. And I found that the people who volunteer with the Friends of the Library were just the most wonderful people. I really enjoyed getting to know them. And at some point, I realized I had to get back into singing. I mean, I'm not a professional singer or even a soloist, but I love to sing in a group big enough to hide my voice, you know. So I joined the Whatcom Chorale and eventually uh, accepted a leadership role in it on the board and then as president, and really still love the Whatcom Chorale. And I realized early on that you don't have to be an artist to contribute to the arts, that it really is something everybody can do, and that any contribution you make, whether it's time or resources or just encouragement, is a valuable contribution to the community. There are very few people who could make a living from the arts exclusively. I sort of looked into these things and found out that artists sometimes uh, would like to perform more often in public, but it's a matter of finding a venue and paying for it and doing the advertising, which they typically don't have time to do because they're not only performing and practicing, but teaching as well. Many artists here teach, of course. So I started renting the rotunda room in the old city hall, and actually struck up a kind of deal with them that if I would but recruit musicians to be present and play at their gallery openings in the Lightcatcher building, that they couldn't pay me for that or pay the artist. I would pay the artist, but they would give me an evening of the rotunda room, and I would then offer it to an artist or a group. And I got to know, in this way, so many small groups, chamber music groups. And as I think I said to you earlier, it's been such it's a blessing to me to get to know these artists. They really are such wonderful people. And we were talking earlier about the contribution financially of the arts in Bellingham, and it is really considerable. If the city and the county and any other organizations that have the resources could encourage the arts a bit more, that would be wonderful, because they do contribute to the overall fiscal health of the city. I don't think there's any doubt about that.